Hello, everyone. Welcome to Zeam call. Today is June 5, and today we will look at the updates on the status of DevNet 4 and our steps to move to DevNet 5. So, before we move to DevNet 5 discussion, let's start with DevNet 4 discussion and try to wrap it up. So, Partha.
So the same update that I had when I gave you on Wednesday, because after that call, clients have upgraded their dependency on Lean VM, and now everything is broken. I can't achieve interop, so I tried just Zeam only DevNet, and then ran into that error that occurred after our upgrade, which I have resolved. But I haven't run that yet because. Heeding to your advice the other day, I thought it's better we may probably start testing DevNet 5 itself rather than wasting more time on DevNet 4. So that's where we are. I didn't schedule another run. I can give a small local run to ensure the fix that was supplied yesterday works. But that's about it. But at the moment, almost all DevNet 5 images seem to be unstable because each one is using their own commit hash of lean VM. So we need that to be sorted. Otherwise, interop will start fading again.
So, I think let's do the all Zeam DevNet 5 run, not just the small one with all the nodes, and see at
Yeah,
least have a good amount of finalization before we say
sure.
that okay. So
Uh,
can you just trigger
and
it?
Yeah, I'll do that. And in parallel, I was working on that Zig libp2p version in order to take advantage of that, ZK allocation thing that Emil was talking about. It looks like even ETH Lambda ran into some memory corruption issues when they added that. So if it's happening on a Rust only client, it might end up for us as well. For now, my Zig libp2p works with other, just Zig implementation. So I have run into some interop issues with Rust. I will resolve that, and then once it's stable, I'll include that in the Zeam code base, and then we can change.
So maybe we target at DevNet 5 right
Yeah,
now,
for DevNet.
just DevNet 4 runs, and yes, no need to move to the optimized zcalog version if there is some other client that is trust-based client that is facing corruption issues. So
Yeah,
can we just make sure that our current code is stable and there are no other issues? I mean, by
sure.
tomorrow morning, I want to merge DevNet 5 PR.
Okay, I'll do that.
And O wanted to publish some stats about DevNet 4. So we do have some stats about DevNet 4. Basically, all the stats that you were collecting regarding the aggregator performance. So we do have
Yeah.
them, right?
We
So
do
can
have
we?
the latest. Yeah, I'll share that with you. But the only difference is the metrics that I had requested on missed aggregation slots. That's not yet available on all clients. So we haven't actually tested one. We can do that with DevNet 5 probably.
Yeah, we can do that with DevNet 5, but we should publish numbers on DevNet 4 as requested by O.
Sure.
And so just do, first of all Zeam run and confirm that we are in a stable position.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right. Let's move to DevNet 5
Uh,
discussion. Yes, Kai, you wanted to say something?
yeah. I I opened PR 976. Yes. So I think it can benefit for the Docker environment because there is some problem with the Z get CPU count. So maybe
Okay, so
maybe
this seems like Zigbee P2P, right?
no. No,
So your
this
PR, I'm just checking it bumps the version on Zigbee P2P.
uh this is
No,
not
this is not your PR. Which 97.9?
976.
Okay. Uh,
Yes.
yes, yes. So I got it.
Yeah. So maybe it's in the Docker and Kubernetes environment, there is a wrong CPU count we get. So maybe
Okay, so
this,
right, because you want what has been allocated to the container, right?
yes.
So this probably makes sense. I think it's a small PR that we can merge in. Partha, just have a look and merge it in as well before you run your all Zeam DevNet 5, all Sims DevNet 4.
Yeah. And I found another problem. So you can see the 977. So, so currently we most use the global single thread. And so from the comments for this function, I think it's not it should not be used in production code. It's that the command says
Right.
yeah, it need only use for debug purpose. So I think we need change to most IO from the main. There is there there is init IO inject from the main function. That is so that is default IO for the application to use. But this has some compile issues, so maybe I need to take a look at.
So the fallback is the debug one. I no. So if you want to test on
So
if you want to debug with std.io.threaded, the global single threaded, if you want to test on that, so you need to inject it where? You need to inject it in build.
no, there is already an inject from the main functions. We can get it from the init IO. That's the standard usage for the application.
Okay, so you have installed over there, and
Yeah.
so init.io will it default to debug in debugs single threaded instance in debug, or what? Let's say you want to use. So what is the behavior over here? So when you do process io.install init.io, so how does it default to global single threaded?
Sorry.
So I mean, this is for the logs, right?
No, I think we a lot of code use the global thread IO right now. So I think most should be not used it.
So do you think that there are any difficulties that might come up for debugging, or this is just fine?
So I just need to make make the uh I just need to check why the unit test failed right now.
Okay.
Mm.
Yep, just get the unit test working and let's. Okay, I mean, Partha, don't wait for this particular PR to test it out because.
No. Yeah.
But
I'll
yes, once
merge the
this PR
CPU
is merged,
one,
then let's.
and yeah.
Yeah, when this PR is merged, then also let's test it out on local as well.
Yeah.
And but yes, get your multi-node, multi-machine network going on even before that. All right, cool. Do we have anything on DevNet? Anything else on DevNet 4? Okay, so let's go to DevNet 5. So on that guy, I wanted to ask the shadow branch that you have, main PR or main PR. So we have basically introduced a new CI that rebases that branch on the main branch, but right now it's failing because I guess because the shadow branch is on DevNet 5, right?
Uh, no, actually, I create another right now. I create another branch .NET 5 shadow S- because because the I think a lot of conflict I meet. So I before this PR create, I already create another branch. So I think in future we should avoid this. So I can take a look at how to make it smooth.
Yeah, so I think once we have DevNet 5 in and you change the shadow branch to your shadow DevNet 5 branch, right? So each time we should be able to rebase the shadow
Yeah,
branch. So the shadow branch already should be based on the main branch and commits on top of it, right? So that
yeah,
there is rebasing is a strategy that you're applying, Nupur, right?
yes,
Yes.
So rebasing strategy will basically make sure that that diff, whatever is between the main and the shadow branch, that will continually basically keep on getting applied to the head of the main. So if generally we are not touching on any of that code, then there shouldn't be any conflict. But if there are conflicts, basically we have to resolve it, and that's why we have this new notification that tells us that there is a conflict while rebasing the shadow branch. Regarding shadow, the server is up. It is, I basically up the server, local server, and it has 96 GB RAM and it has how many cores? It is basically Intel 14 generation i7, so it has 25 cores. No, 27, 28. So it has 28 cores and it should be sufficient. It has 96 GB RAM. So what I'll do is I'll just clean it up a bit and ask Nupur to provide you access for it. So you should be able to SSH into it and then be able to run whatever you want to run.
okay.
How many nodes are we targeting, Vijender?
So that depends upon the memory, right? So whatever we can fit in 96.
96.
Mm.
Okay. So, but
So this is
shadow
90,
only. Sorry.
90 GBs will be available because currently it's saying 94 GB and then 1 GB or
Okay.
whatever it takes to for the processes. So assume that whatever you can fit in 90 GB.
Right. But this will only simulate or provide us an idea of how it would behave in the network, right? Not necessarily
Yes,
the
it is.
CPU load.
It is a simulation, and the simulated time is not equal to the real time. That means that your real time or doing all these things could be much higher. For example, you can say that you took 3 seconds for aggregation, but you can move the shadow clock to only by only 0.4 second. So you
Yeah.
understand that.
No,
So
but in this case,
that is,
we should add some sleep time even for normal validators as well, right? Because at the moment, I believe Kai's thing had sleep only for aggregators, if I'm not wrong.
yes. So we will need to add sleep for proposal or wherever we think in duties we take quite a long amount of time. So you can look at the metrics that we have and try to introduce sleep of that amount on those particular things.
Okay.
So each time you're, for example, processing attestation, you can say I want to sleep this much time. Each time you're processing an aggregate, you can say I want to sleep this much time. Each time you are processing processing proposal, you say I want to sleep this much time. Each time you are doing uh, accepting new votes, basically each time you're running interval, you can say I want to sleep this much time in this particular interval. So we basically need to have all these plugs that we can configure, and then we can run the network on top of that. But as such, yes, try running it, and once you have the access, if everything works, basically then we introduce all these sleep metrics so that we can simulate it properly. Also, the RAM is clocked at 7,000 megahertz, so I don't know if that will help or not, but it is, yes, one of the top RAM. Hmm. All right, Anshul, what do you have for us?
So, like my updates are like mostly around DevNet 4 aggregation timings and stuff. Apart from that, the clone PR got merged both on FFP side and on Zeam side. And apart from that, like the tree root hashing also got merged. I'll update that branch, the commit on Zeam side as well. That is yet to be done. Uh, I'm already working on like the flag so that we can manipulate like the number of aggregates that we want to perform as an aggregator. Right now, how I'm doing is a bit greedily. So it starts from my localized finalizer state and it tries to build upon that and selects attestation data as per like my localized finalized block and it builds basically on top of that. So if I select attestation data based on source and target, the next attestation data will basically be selected based on this selection. So initially I'll select like the best I can find uh, as per my localized finalize and I'll just build upon that. So I'll raise that PR today. Apart from that, like I'll also review guys DevNet 5 PR. Uh, Yeah, apart from that, like I was involved in running some of the test cases alongside Partha, like the mix and match of different nodes, different clients, so that you can see that. Yeah, that's about it.
Got it. Nupur, do you have anything for us?
No, I was out for most of the week, and then I finished the CI shadow CI work, and currently I'm trying to like sort the issues on Zeam. So like there are multiple issues that need closing or are not applicable anymore. So I am going through all those. So that's it from me.
Yes, Guy.
Yes, for .NET 5, I think so. In the .NET 5 channel in PQ in top TG group, there is a new spec change which changed the side block proof from a byte list to a container SSZ type. So it will impact the hash tree root. So
Why are we doing that? I mean, did we not decide not to, basically not to do that, Partha? I remember we deciding against it, right? In the calls.
Hash tree root was changed. We merged that PR, right, Gajendra? You said that for now we can do it just for optimization, even though this will change in DevNet 5. You remember Anshul had commented one, and you said we can merge and test this for now, but it will change in DevNet 5. So we might have to undo that particular commit alone.
No, I think Kai is talking about basically representing signature in a SSD container, right?
Oh, was that? I don't remember if I. Yeah, Kai, if you can just tag me on that commit, I will see, and I can we can remove that.
no.
Oh,
I
this
mean,
is on the spec. Okay.
yeah. I mean, there is a spec change, so I'm not. So it's already merged. So
Okay, this is not Zeam. This is spec changed by Toma.
so yeah. So I'm not sure if I need to make this change in.
So this is only changing the names, right? This is not changing the type. This is not putting the container type in there, right? This is just we can just see the renaming of it.
I think it change not only name, change proof type.
Basically, Anshul, can you look into it? So my understanding is they should not be changing the signature container type. It should just change the name, and this is what I'm mostly seeing.
Okay.
Or they might have changed the name of the types, right? So, but that does not change the SSZ structure as such. SSZ structure will only change if we have a signature container that has then properties. Right now, signature is opaque bytes for us. So unless they are changing from opaque bytes to something that is
Okay.
that has properties,
Okay.
then it's a problem. Otherwise, it's just a name change, and we can also do a name change because yes, it's good to be on the same name parity.
I will update my PR for the name change.
Yeah. And Anshul just confirm that it's just the name change.
Okay.
It looks to me name change, but yes, I'm looking at a very high level. So my update is that yes, I have been looking at PRs, looking at DevNet for debugging, and now hoping that we move to DevNet 5 and start debugging that. So that is my update.
I just have a naive question, just trying to understand DevNet 5, I mean, how it works operationally. So proposer is chosen in round robin, and during the proposer slot, it aggregates all of its the block data. Uh, can an aggregator also be a proposer? So would then there be two instances within a given slot where the aggregator would have to aggregate both block as well as attestation signatures?
Yes, short answer is yes, it can be.
Okay.
So
So in
if
theory,
aggregator can have or cannot have validated duties, right? So we
yeah.
created aggregator in a way that it can run independently and it can have or not have validator duties.
Okay. Um, I'm just thinking if we should introduce a metric just to understand if because of an aggregator role, an aggregator is losing its validator slot by not completing on time, given the hardware
Yes.
requirements we.
So basically aggregator should stop aggregation by the time, I mean,
Yeah,
by the
it
time new
should,
slot
but
turns over, right? So it should already, so we can have a metric that says that was aggregator able to complete its duty on time or not, the aggregation on time or not, if we
so
don't have that particular metric.
so and which slot interval does a validator start to aggregate the blocks? Is it slot 1 or
Zero, zero
0?
only.
And okay,
Slot zero is
so
for proposal. So right now, so what I was discussing in the call was that proposal aggregation can happen like in the last slot of the previous, in the last interval of the previous slot as well. So
right. I mean, what happens now is aggregator is slot uh, uh, 2, right? So that spans up to slot 5. I mean, sorry, interval 2, right? It spans up to interval
yes.
4 on few cases. And if proposer duty can start aggregating from interval 4, um, then immediately after an aggregation of attestation signature finishes, the aggregator would start to aggregate the block data as
So
well.
you
So
need
there,
so you need to run all these duties with a timeout,
yeah,
right? Obviously, you can't go into the timeout of the other slot. You have to basically throw away whatever you are doing and be ready for the next slot,
be ready for the next one. Yeah.
because that means you were not able to aggregate. Simply means that. And
Okay. Okay, let me add that metric just to measure. But
right.
yeah, I mean,
So
for the
right. So in any case, aggregator should stop its work basically when the third slot is over, right?
third slot is over. Yeah, but at the moment it's not. At least that's not what we observe in the implementation across clients. But yeah,
So
I mean,
we
in general,
so for other clients we don't care, but for Zeam, let's put this time out, right?
yeah,
So when you're
on Zeam,
aggregating,
if we don't do it, we stop, and that's why we miss aggregation on certain slot, which is fine.
yeah, that is fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. That is how it is supposed to work. Yeah.
In for redundancy, maybe we should introduce multiple aggregators per subnet, but this is something we can do during DevNet 5 testing.
Yeah. So ideally, in the real network, you will have multiple aggregators per subnet. But right now we don't, because we want to test the aggregator performance, and this helps zoom down into what the
Yeah.
issues are.
Okay.
Ideally, yes, we will have multiple aggregators per subnet. And there could be actually someone who is aggregating everything, right? So it is like, again, a PDAS kind of thing. There could be a super node that is aggregating everything, which is basically some mostly run by Ethereum Foundation. So Ethereum Foundation has super nodes that are there to smoothen our PRS, right?
Right.
And there again, the big entities like Ethereum Foundation, Bitmine, Lido, or all these people, right, who wants to
Mhm.
have a good backbone of the network, they can basically put in these hardware that ensure that everything is good. Even the builders can do that, right? So builders would not want their blocks to fail and to not be part of the chain, right, of the canonical chain. So it is very likely that builders will run these aggregators so that they can make sure that attestations for the blocks can be backed,
Yeah.
can be integrated into chain.
And the other question is more on the proposed EIP you wanted Anshul to
Yes.
work
So
on. And
yes. So the last item that we want to discuss is the EIPs that we should start writing. And one of the EIPs is about the key format, key store, which Partha is taking lead on, right?
yeah,
And the other PR is about other EIPs about the aggregator role that we want to add. So, Anshul, do you have any doubts or questions about this? Because this is where I want you to take the lead on and write up the CIP.
Yeah, I'll look into it.
Right. And basically, we will do this in coordination with the REAM team so that we have an EIP with a broader support. All right. Anything else do we have to discuss? Three, two, one. All right.
no.
Time up.
Cool.
All right. See you guys next week on 12th June, unless you guys are going on holidays. I'm not. So
His holidays?
you don't have holidays over there?
No, I mean, I was just